Hello creation, hope you're well. I've just written this. It's called The Wheels of Evolution. I called around the other day because I wanted to say hello. I also wanted to say goodbye because it's time for me to go. You see, the times are changing. They do as we mature. Then comes a realisation that we must release the immature. We started out as friends with a friendship that mutated. We journeyed many a mile over time and saw the realisation of what we'd created. Much fun and laughter with many tears thrown in for good measure. But you can only walk a path so many times before the soul is devoid of pleasure. As the seasons come and go, we take the rough with smooth. We can put up with, for the sake of it, those not in the groove. Too many times the challenger creates drama just for reaction. But the last time was just that, and it was the last time that I would give you any satisfaction. I hope that you someday understand why I walked away from you. The smoke and mirrors game that you played never impeded my point of view. It just made me stronger, and for that I have you to thank. 'Twas all vital experience now stored within the memory bank. And with this information I move forth. They call it growth, and I shall use it to educate whomever I can, and that is my solemn oath. Please don't think it pleases me to know that this did hurt your heart. Our ships sailed to a separate destination, and both were off the chart. Think of those not callous for the lessons that they teach, as lessons are the only force to witness the walls of ignorance breached. 'Tis only when we see ourselves reflected in the other that we scrutinise our inner narrative for the truth to be discovered. Again, with time and introspection, we can make good of a life through mutation of thought. Good practice be it for the one whom acts wisely as a result of those harshest of lessons taught. Where once we would see as attack from another, we now see an opportunity to learn, having taken the time to recognise the signs and gaining the knowledge of how to discern. Be proud of that which you have become. Be proud of that which you have overcome. Be proud of all that you have achieved, for you deserve the recognition. Too many faltered and gave in, but you did not succumb to submission. A realisation of worth is that which of you the fates are now calling. With realisation comes deployment of parachute to relieve your soul from falling. Then comes the easier landing. Then to the feet again we are standing, dusting down to focus ahead, where once was blind now awakened instead. Standing in power, no more the fool, to walk one's own path, to not play by their rules, to be the one who can lead the way, to adhere to universal law and teach all how to play. Thank you to all reflections of self that gave aid upon this journey of learning. You are the very gift of life itself, and you keep the wheels of evolution turning. How vitally important are you? how much worth you have, even if you can't see it in yourself. Life can be demanding, and we can put demands upon ourselves which can deplete us of our resources, both in the physical and non-physical. We can be drained to such an extent that we may think that we may never come back from that, regardless of what it is, but we do. We have to find our self-worth. We have to realise that worth, because in the eyes of creation, as I've said before, you're all worthy, you're all worthwhile. And even if, like I've said before, no, I'm repeating myself, but it's worth repeating. Everything's been created for a reason. Everything. Whatever, even if we can't comprehend that reason, everything is, like I've said before, even if it's just for it to exist. Anyway, but when one has been drained to such an extent that we cannot see our own self-worth, that's a battle that you've got in front of you. It doesn't have to be. It's all power of thought. It's all belief. It's true is that saying, life can be as easy or as hard as we make it, because the fruition that we get to witness is that of which we vibrate. And to raise one's vibration when virtually all energy has been depleted can be beyond mammoth when it comes to the task. So, but you know what, when you get beyond that, when you know your value, when you know that you are worthy of the best that life can offer, when you see with awakened eyes, when you can discern from all that that's going about, that's going off external to self, then, oh man, life is so worth living, because you find a love for life and for yourself that you previously didn't have, because you didn't see yourself worthy of it. Well, I'll tell you what, you're all worthy of it. You're all worthy of it. You're here, and you're here to make a difference, and you being here makes a difference. Just your energy alone, it makes a difference, one way or another. And one way or another, those scales will be balanced. Everything always has to come back to balance, always. So have faith in you. Have faith in your abilities to endure, to persevere, to overcome. Because you can. All of you can. No exceptions. Regardless, no exceptions. You can. You can find that which you seem or believe that you have lost along this journey, and you can come back bigger and stronger, and you do make a difference, and you are worthwhile. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget that. Keep looking down here because I'm checking time. I'm nearly out of time now. So, right, well, that'll be it for today. I will try and get one done tomorrow, as per. Alright, take care. Bye for now.